All right, time to take a look at the 2017 Shudder film Mayhem. The final, looks like it says Mayhem. Mayhem. It's the final Shudder movie I am reviewing before I do my ranking, which I will be recording tomorrow. But this movie stars Steven Yeun, Samara Weaving, both there, directed by Joe Lynch, who did Wrong Turn 2, which is, in my opinion, the best of the Wrong Turn films, in my opinion. And the film is about the ID7 virus, which infects an office building and is put into quarantine. So the ID7 virus creates what is called red eyes or redders, whereas they get infected and their id is raised to where they have no inhibitions. Their inhibitions are lowered. There's no inhibitions. They can do it, and when they attack people, they fuck people. They do what they want. There's a scene beginning of this that shows Neville Reed, who's responsible for killing someone under the effect of the ID7 virus, but he got off on a technicality from his lawyer, which was this guy, and it was said that anything done under the influence of the ID7 virus is dismissible. Wow. Based on how this film goes, there's a lot of people that are going to be unresponsible for their actions. But, yeah, so Steven Yeun plays Derek Cho, an office worker, a lawyer at this law firm. And one day he has a meeting with Melanie, played by Samara Weaving. They're foreclosing on her house, and she, doesn't want it to happen, but he can't do anything because this bitch, Irene Smythe, is in charge, and you can't cross her, I guess. She's in charge of that. And so he has her taken out of the building. This is just before this Kara, whatever her name is, comes in, and he gets screwed. He gets royally screwed. He is, he takes the fall for a bad trial or something with a company. He takes the fall for it, and he had nothing to do with it, but his name was put on a thing, and he gets fired. And I'm sitting there going, wait, that's not fair. He didn't do it. They know he didn't do it, but this lady is called the Siren for a reason. She's in the boss's ear. So I do like, though, when, like, he's like, oh, you're fired. She's like, oh, you're fired. And he's like, you blew him, didn't you? Like, wow, that's a big jump. But I did like that. But before he can get taken out of the building, it's put on quarantine because the ID7 virus has been released in the building, and it's going to start making people go nuts. And so Derek decides this is what he's going to do. He's going to use this to get revenge. And this leads him to a partnership with Melanie, because he tries to go up to the boss, and he gets thrown down in a basement where Melanie was stashed. His friend tries to help, but he gets killed, and then they take out security guards, and they decide to make a deal. Work together so they can get Melanie's house back, and he can get his revenge. Not a bad deal in this kind of situation, So the first thing they have to do, they gotta get to Kara, because she has the first key card they need to get to, they need to get to the Reaper, because he has the level 12, level 13 key card, and that will take them to Kara, who has the higher key card. So they go to the Reaper. He's the one that, when you're fired, he comes and takes you and fires you and stuff. They go to him, and he got this great nail gun killing scene, nail gun scene where she's shooting nails at him. She gets electrocuted, and then he's like getting beat up by these other security guard people. But eventually, they get the best of the Reaper, because she takes fucking mini saw and just kill him. The gore in this is fantastic. It's Joe Lynch. You see the gore in Wrong Turn 2? He knows gore. It's fantastic. The kills are actually pretty good in this film. And so they get his key card and then go up to get Kara's key card. She tells her assistant to hide it and not tell her where she hides it, so that because they want her to destroy it, and he said she decides to hide it because she wants to make a deal for it. So they get up there and they start making a deal, and so she calls her assistant in, and it turns out that the higher ups, especially the boss, Mr. Towers, has made a deal with her for like a better job if she destroys the key card. So they were on to her. They knew she would fall back on it. So yeah, there you go. So they have no key card, but eventually they do get up there. But we'll get there. So the two fight and end up killing each other, I guess. And yeah. And they keep making their way through the building. They gotta get up to the top. So they try to make a deal with Irene Smythe. They go to this hacker guy, played by director Joe Lynch in a cameo, who he hacks in and he starts deleting stuff from her hard drive. And she calls the tech support, which Derek answers and says, make a deal. You help us, we'll give you your hard drive thing back. So they get a meeting, and so they'll make a deal. Melanie's like, no, you sign this away, and you sign this, and then I get my mortgage or whatever. And she's like, well, I could do that, and then I just played temporary insanity, and it goes away. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works, but okay. Technically, they say anything you do under this virus is dismissible. So I don't really, but yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it. But she says no, and then she smashes the hard drive thing, and then she gets killed. The lady gets killed off screen because she's gonna beat her up and stuff, and she offers Derek, hey, I'll give you a deal. You let me kill her, take my revenge out, and I'll give you the key card. So they make the deal, ties Melanie up, gets the key card, but he didn't fully tie her up. He loosens the screws, and Melanie kills her anyway. So it was a double cross sabotage type thing. He finally gets up there, and Towers is all ready to give him a raise for doing so, because now there's only 8 of them left. They're really called the 9. Because Irene Smythe is dead, they're ready to make him a partner. But he says no, and he fights the Bull, which is like a special enforcer type person. He gets taken out, and then him and Towers, and he has a wrench, Towers has a golf club, and they fight. And it's a cool little fight scene, but it ends with Derek getting the upper hand and telling them to make a vote, which they all vote to kill Towers. He throws him over, kills him, and then he offers him Towers' job, which he takes only temporarily to sign Melanie's mortgage thing, so she gets her house back, and then he quits, which I don't think would work. One, I think you have to be he signed it, so I think he has to wait till it goes through for it to work. 2, they said anything you did under the influence of the ID7 virus can be dismissed. So him signing that can be dismissed because he did it under the duress of the ID7 virus. Oh, that doesn't count. He signed it under the ID7 virus. No, technically I think time will run out before then, but who knows? Because there's a time limit on there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I knew this was going to be a good one. Samara Weaving, Steven Yeun. I'm not a Walking Dead fan, but I heard he's good in that show, or was. Spoilers. But yeah, the performances are pretty good. This was Steven Yeun's first movie after doing the Walking Dead, and he nailed it. So did Samara Weaving. Literally, they nailed it. Samara Weaving is Samara Weaving. She's fantastic in almost everything she does. Even the guy who played Towers was pretty good. The gore effects were really good. There's a lot of shots moving and stuff. The direction of this film was pretty good. I really enjoyed this movie from beginning to end. And I have to say, when it comes to Mayhem, it's pretty good. So, yeah. So what are your thoughts on Mayhem? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.